It's about to get real personal. Hey guys, if you clicked on this video, bear with me. This video is going to be something that I'm explaining to you guys about my first waxing experience, and yes, this is like nothing that I've really talked to you guys about on my channel. It's not every day that I talk about my hoo-ha and put it on the internet. So I'm probably going to be laughing or awkward throughout this entire video, but I figured I would post it anyways because this is something that I was searching for and like looking up before my experience, so I know that this might be something that's useful to you guys. We're all human beings. Most of us are girls here on this channel, so this is nothing new, and if you're not, hey, you're still here, right? You clicked on this video for a reason. So whether you're curious for your own experience or you just want to know what exactly happened, I'm going to be sharing my waxing experience with you guys today. But before I get into it, don't forget to hit subscribe, and I'm going to put it on the screen like I usually do, but you can also click on my actual subscription button if you're on your mobile phone, or you can hit the subscription link in the bottom bar below. So make sure to subscribe so you never miss anything. Also, make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you want to see more honest type of videos like this. But we're just gonna get into the nitty and gritty. I'm gonna try not to be awkward and not give you TMI, but I do have to give you some type of information just so you know how everything goes. So my wax was at the European Wax Center, and this video, by the way, is not sponsored. They opened a new center near where I live. Me and my friend Jasmine actually were both interested in it, so we were like, you know what, we've never gotten waxed before, so we're just gonna go do it for the first time. The only time I ever gotten waxed before going here was my eyebrows, and it was when I was in It was when I was in my cosmetology classes in high school. Other than that, I've never gotten anything on my body waxed. So I figured it was time to try something new. The European Wax Center is awesome because your first time there, they give you a complimentary wax, but it depends on what areas. Like, you can't get everything waxed for free, so you have to choose. So I did get one free wax, and that was my armpits. I don't like being hairy, so I shave often, but I figured like if I didn't have to do that, why not try it? Right now my armpits are feeling baby smooth. I feel like how my armpits felt before I had puberty. Usually their underarm waxes cost $18, but I got it for free. And then I also got a Brazilian, which if you guys don't know what that is, a Brazilian is when they wax everything down there. Again, I'm used to shaving. I don't like being hairy, so this was something that was new to me, and I think honestly the hardest thing was 3 weeks prior to this, having to grow out my arm, especially my armpit hairs. Like, just growing out my hair, I felt so manly. I did not feel empowered. I didn't feel like I was bringing the man down. I just felt gross, especially because I have a dance class and I couldn't wear like tank tops or anything when I'm sweating bullets in that class because I was so scared that I would raise my hands and everyone would just be like,
why does she have a forest underneath her arm?
So anyways, you want to make sure before you go to your wax, for whatever you're getting waxed, that your hair is actually grown out. The first mistake I made was I went 3 weeks ago and they were kind of like, why are you here? I didn't really think through the fact that my hair had to be a certain length. So you want to make sure that your hair is long. They usually say wait about 3 weeks before you go into a wax, which I know seems really long. I only got the Brazilian and the underarm, and I scheduled my appointment online, but I believe you can also go in and schedule an appointment or call them. But online is just easier, and they always give you a call the day before your appointment just for you to confirm it. So I made my appointment with the European Wax Center. Everything went really smoothly with making the appointment, and then I went in, and I don't know if this is for all locations, but at least for mine, the location is spectacular. It's very clean and sanitized, and it's just very nice, and I appreciated it so much. The people that worked at the location that I went to are also really kind. It was just a really nice experience as far as that location went. And you just want to make sure, this is a tip that I thought of, and then I was like, you know what, this is smart. When you go in for a wax, make sure you're wearing the right clothing. If you're getting something done with your face, like if you get your lip waxed, your eyebrows, it doesn't really matter what you're wearing, but if you're getting like your underarms waxed or your legs or a Brazilian, you have to think about your clothing. I wore a strapless dress to my wax appointment because that way I didn't have to take off a shirt in order to get my underarms waxed. and when I did get the Brazilian, I wasn't awkwardly like half naked on a table. It's just food for thought. So basically for my armpits and for my Brazilian, I was laying down on a table for both of them, and they have little wipes that they clean the area with first, and then they powder you down so you don't have any waxes, oils, lotions left over. So make sure too, before you go to your appointment, that hopefully you shower because you don't want to be stinky, but don't add any like lotions or deodorants or anything like that, because that might interfere with the waxing process, even though they do clean up the area beforehand. So I'm just going to get into the stuff about what you guys really want to know, which is how painful is it. First, I got my underarms done, and I was laying on the table and I just had my arms like this. And at the European Wax Center, they don't use strips, they use hot wax that cools down and then they just rip the wax off. And honestly, the underarms were not painful at all. But to throw that out there, I do have a high pain tolerance. So it might be painful to some people, but for me, it was like a breeze. It didn't hurt at all. It went fast and my underarms feel wonderful now. As far as the Brazilian goes, I was expecting it to be a lot worse than it actually was. Before I went in for my appointment, I looked up Brazilian waxing, all these different type of things, people's reviews about it, because I was really curious. I wanted to know what to brace myself for. And there were some people who said that they had had children and childbirth hurt less than a Brazilian, so I was kind of fearing it. I was just bracing myself for the absolute worst, and I'm not going to tell you that it was a walk in the park that was easy breezy beautiful cover girl, because it wasn't. There was some pain to it, and it's gonna hurt because someone is ripping hairs out of your sacred place. However, it wasn't nearly as bad as I thought it was. I didn't scream at all. In fact, the girl I had, Lauren, she was actually surprised at how calm I was. And for any waxing too, no matter what area, again, if they wax your area a couple times and there's still a couple hairs there, they have to pluck them, which I thought was funny. Like, she was plucking my armpits and I was kind of like, this is really odd, I feel so bad for you. But it wasn't terrible. And I actually did reschedule for an appointment 4 weeks from now, because she did say that once you stick to waxing, you're never going to want to go back to shaving any area that you wax, because it's just more convenient. You don't have to worry about daily upkeep with it. Honestly, I think that I'm going to like it. It is really nice going into the shower and not having to worry about shaving. Like, to be honest, I would give waxing 4.5 stars. It's not easy, but it is something that I think is going to actually be worth it, and I think their prices are pretty reasonable. The Brazilian only cost me $47, and they do have wax passes too, so you can get like a student wax pass, or you can get one where you prepay all your waxes so you just show up and you don't have to pay anymore. And they also do have products for you to use on the areas that you wax afterwards. So I didn't get too in detail. Oh, spoke too soon. I will let you know that they say the worst part of the Brazilian are the sides. That's all I'm gonna say, and it is very true that it's the worst. Once you get past that, everything else is a breeze. You just gotta stick in there for that part. But that is all I have to say about my waxing experience. I hope this video wasn't too long, and I hope that you found some type of insight to it. But honestly, I would recommend to everyone just to go try it. Just to say you did it once in your life, I would recommend it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, as awkward as it was, and I will see you guys next time. Bye guys!